Welcome to the Dawson and Denise Show. I'm Dawson.
And I'm Denise.
And before we begin, we want to thank you guys for rating, commenting, and subscribing. And we also want you to know that you can check us out every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the Blog Talk Radio. And we're going to put the link down there. Also, follow us on Twitter and rate, comment, and subscribe. And today we just wanted to talk about relationships, since there's so many things that are going on within the media. A lot of people having relationship problems, and
not just intimate relationships. We're talking about with toxic friends. We're talking about at a toxic workplace. We're just talking about a toxic co-host. Maybe we're just talking about relationships altogether.
You're funny, a toxic co-host. Who could that be? I don't know who that is. But the first thing I definitely want to get out and talk about is the bad relationships we have in our lives. And many a times we keep people in our lives
that don't even want to be there.
That don't even want to be there.
That don't deserve to be there.
Exactly. And
excuse me if I keep interrupting, because I'm very passionate about this too, just like you. But it's like we hold on to people and we try to save people that don't want to be saved, and in the midst of trying to find someone, you lose yourself.
I agree with you. You have people, there are some people who base their relationships off, if the person is giving me, good relations, sexual relations, then it's good. And then you have people who think, well, if I go out there and if I slang it like a baseball bat, or if I drop it low for, then I'll have whatever I want. I can live on them for free. I could do this for free. She'll always come to me, or I'll always go to him, or I'll always have that. And there are people who base their relationships off their sexual organs. There are men who think, man, as long as I'm giving her that good
D,
yeah, she gonna come. And women who think I got that golden and I'm gonna keep him. But it's like after a while, it really gets. I mean,
because I can get that from
Candy's
bedroom.
Candy's bedroom. Yeah, and that's what she was looking at.
Whatever.
Before she,
whatever.
You gonna lie to the people?
No, I'm not gonna lie to him, because I was real. But Bob is a good friend, so
it keeps you stress free.
It keeps you stress free without the headache. Bob don't talk back. Bob.
So a relationship should not be based on
no, it should not
on sex or bad sex.
I mean that's a part of it, but it should not be based on sex alone. And then again, you have to know yourself, because maybe some people, you might have a man that can offer you everything and his sex isn't good.
And then you may have somebody which, for someone who say, he's a dog, he's not this, but he's good in bed, and they're willing to settle for that, basically. Then to have
so you really have to know yourself and find
it's
yourself.
funny. I don't hear men talking about that about women.
Men stay because of the stuff.
Yeah, but they stay
because of stuff.
Yeah,
they say you have to be the person you want to find, and what you put out, it may take some time, but eventually you will get it. And that's another thing. You can't allow people to turn you into something you're not, because you end up hurting someone else who would really be deserving of your love. That person before might not have even been deserving of your friendship, deserving of you as a girlfriend or wife or whatever. So you cannot, turn into this hoish person of a man or, lady, my phone keep buzzing. I keep it on vibrate for a reason. But you can't turn into that person, especially when you're really not that person. I don't care how many times I've been hurt, will be hurt, whatever. I love as if I've never been hurt before. And I'm going to keep doing that.
I don't think I should do that, because it's like after you hurt me, I'm basically like, fuck you.
Yeah, forget that person, but I'm not going to do it to the next relationship. Can't do it to the next. No, I'm not talking. I'm talking about as I move on to another relationship. Okay. Yeah, it is a FU, but I'm not going to say that to the next person because they didn't hurt me. So until they show me them.
But because I think I'm kind of like most people. When you've been like scarred or hurt before,
that's an excuse.
It's not an excuse. It's how a lot of people feel. They just feel like,
that's why we're so messed up now.
Now who are we?
The world.
The world is messed up?
Yeah.
No, I can function and I can forgive people, but I'm not going to continue to put myself in a situation where I'm allowing people to constantly step over me.
No, but that person did not do it. The new person didn't do it. So why are you making them pay?
I'm not making them pay.
Tried to take a pure love and make it dirty.
Because the thing, look, don't do this. The thing is, I'm not taking it out on everybody, but I'm just saying you have like a guard or defense. Like I've always stated that you are more open to people. You're like, oh hey, we are the world. Where I'm just kind of like, hi, bye. You don't pay my bills, and that's the kind of approach I take in life. And some people say, well, you shouldn't be that way, but my approach is my bills, my responsibilities come in my name. I don't have to share that with anybody. I haven't had to share that with anybody. And I'm the type of person, I just don't like to share. I mean, people want to, get married and have kids and go to church and, live the life that, somebody said you should live. And I'm basically like, that's not the life
And I'm basically like that too when it comes to other people. You have to be whoever you want to be or who you feel comfortable being.
Yeah.
So I'm cool with you maybe never wanting to be married. I'm not going to force marriage on you.
Don't do it, because I'm a straight up
I'm not.
I'm
not going to force it on you, but I'm also not going to become who I'm not.
No, but that's who I am.
Right. That is
I've
who
always
you are.
been that way
So
since
I won't try to change you.
Yeah.
And that's when a person should be, we date representatives about 3 months.
Mm-hmm. But
see, nobody can come out of the bag. But if everybody would just put everything on the table,
but I think especially with a lot of women, and some men do it too, when somebody tells you who they are, people don't believe them. When they tell you and when they show you. Well, definitely they're going to, eventually, you're going to know. You got to believe it, but some people sugarcoat it and everything, and there are some people who know how to run game good. And it's just like,
for a long time.
Yeah, for a long time. And when you've been around the block, it's just like, you just be like, okay.
Why they will go and accept anything because
offer
anybody because they are afraid of being alone.
Exactly, and
it's okay.
But that comes to our next thing: self-esteem and your self-worth and your self-value. How you feel about yourself. If you don't have a strong sense of self, a concrete sense of who you are, you will get into situations where you feel you always need somebody, or you'll do anything to keep a man or anything to keep a woman or to keep people around you who don't mean you any good. And you'll take what outside people say, oh, you need to stay with him because a good man is hard to find, or she a good woman and all that, she has her flaws, but you ain't gonna never find nobody like her. And it's like you're listening to somebody else who's not in your shoes, they're not in your house, they're not paying your bills, and you're taking on all these outside forces, but you are the one in control of your life. You are the one who's producing, writing, and starring in your life. And everybody else, they're just co-stars. You are the main star. And
some of them are just extras. They're just really passing through. They don't even have the main
boy
role.
one.
Okay, great boy. So it's like, come on. Stop giving people so much power over your...
I think for me, the thing that I do is like, I'm cool with everybody. I'm not like Denise. Denise is we are the world, Mother Teresa. I am cool and nice with everybody, but
get my camera wrong too. So.
Yeah.
But
Jezebel in the place. But I'm real. Where you're more like oh hey. And I just think I'm just kind of like when it comes to things, I just don't have time to waste.
But I'm real too. I mean,
I don't have that.
I'm genuine in the sense because I do try to see good in everybody, and sometimes that's bad.
Everybody.
And sometimes that's bad. But like I said,
no, you're the person who try to see good in everybody. We're down here in Miami. I mean, we're 48 hours and getting a show around us, first 48. And like you can be at the gas station and people like, yo, you got this, you got that, and Denise would be like, oh, let me check in my car. People come ask me, no man, my light bill due, my rent due. I gotta pay. I'm paying my student loan. I don't feel bad about telling people that because down here it's kind of like you're in an urban metropolitan city, so you're used to the BS. You're used to dealing with the harshness, the reality that people are out to for themselves. A lot of people are not really for you to help you. So I developed that kind of New York kind of like mentality that a lot of people have down here. It's a dog-eat-dog world. You got to get it yourself. Be nice to people, but in the same time, you got to hold your ground.
And sometimes that type of stuff comes into relationships, and people get into relationships trying to see what they can get out of a person, or let me hurt this person because I know eventually they're going to hurt me. So let me use them up first.
And that's the American way.
Yeah, that's the American way. Forget the house and the picket fence and the dog and the 2.5 kids.
That's an illusion on Sesame
Let me
Street,
see who I can use and screw up. So then when I screw them up and they move to the next person, they screw the next person up and the next person up and the next person up, and then we're doing a show.
Exactly, and I mean, especially like, oh my gosh, if I tell you so many girls I run into, and there are guys too who are messed up over girls who are just like, man, I'm just going.
Once, like JD said, once a good person's going bad, she's gone forever.
And it is so true. I mean, you have guys who, I'm just gonna be a straight up hoe. And the same thing with girls, I'm just gonna use that for what I can get out of them, and then that's it. And one lady I was talking to, and she was like, well, my first boyfriend, and she's like, we just don't have one, man. I got several men. And I'm like, wow. I'm like, that's what we've come to. Where people just like, I just can't be with one. And, I applaud her for her high moral standard. No, I didn't applaud her, but I was just like,
but
wow.
if she's honest, that's the whole thing.
Yeah,
if you're honest and you're honestly okay with whatever it is you're doing that you're doing, then do it.
Yeah, I do. But in the sense, good people like Denise end up getting hurt. People like me, I'll just, be that trendsetter because I'm not, I will be that national trendsetter. I can't. I feel, I'm at an age now and a time that I don't want to change. I don't want to change. You don't have to. And I'm not.
But as long as you're honest.
I'm very honest.
As long as you let a person know this is what you get, with you
I'm going out to Vegas this weekend.
Is what you get. Yep, and I need to get them cars from you because I know you had them cars from last year.
Party in Las Vegas. Yes.
High clientele, premium service.
Oh, I ain't gonna have to pay them.
But
don't.
But
I got some customs. But anyway. But yeah, so don't settle.